Hello everyone, this is DavidViadel23 and welcome to the Mandrago's Cave. Today we are drawing Inktober52 and the prompt is Mutation. I love this prompt because we are going to be talking about one of the topics that interests me more in the world of fantasy, science fiction, comics, movies, etc. That is the mutants, okay? I love X-Men, and today we are gonna be drawing my favorite superhero mutant, that is Wolverine, okay? I am gonna go for from imagination an invented Wolverine, very cartoony style, very me, okay? Taking as reference, in my mind I have this idea of the movies, the saga of Wolverine, that we have some of his standalone movies, some of the sagas in teamwork with X-Men, like in the comics and everything, and then we have as well now a new movie coming out. I think it came out this week actually, with Deadpool as well. Hugh Jackman, I'm basically kind of inspiring the whole concept for today with his kind of portrayal of Wolverine. I read many of the comics and everything, but I am not a American comic versed person. Like, there are plenty of people out there that they could tell you even what color of shoes this character was wearing. I enjoy more doing that for One Piece, and but my other passion as well, are comics in general, but as well some American comics turned into movies. So I more familiar with the movies and everything, okay? So basically we are drawing Wolverine, that he's called Logan. Logan is a mutant. This whole Marvel universe, from before we started watching these really nice movies and by Jon Favreau, Iron Man and everything, we had the comics, okay, the American comics, and everyone was more cartoony, more kind of with shouting colors, like very fancy yellows, fancy blues, greens, everything, very, very calling to the attention of the reader, okay? And a lot of American comic is in color, okay? And you have as well some part more like this kind of noir aspect in black and white as well, okay? So as you can see, I am not gonna be drawing Wolverine yellow, and I'm gonna be drawing I think I'm gonna do a mix from the movies, especially from the movies from the 2000, I think it's 2000, around 2002 more or less. We had the first Wolverine out with Hugh Jackman, and very nice hair that he had. They made the hair like this, like actually like in the comics, like he's a little bit like Dracula hair as well, like this concept of animalistic. This is referencing from the comics as well, the type of beard and everything that he had. I wanna make him with teeth and everything, like dangerous, like this, like wild. I wanna draw him wild, like he's in a frenzy, okay? Yeah, something like this. It works for me totally. It's very nice beard that he has like this. So Hugh Jackman portrays this character Logan, Wolverine, in several movies. I think like 6 or 7 movies in total. He said at some point, a couple of years ago, like almost 10 years ago, he said, I can't carry on doing this character. I don't want to continue because basically, you don't want to get bored of a job or a character that you're doing, and he decided to not squeeze more the character and let it go, after 6-7 movies, and I think it was around 2016, something like that. And Ryan Reynolds, the actor that is Deadpool actor, he has been chasing him about doing a collaboration, because there is in a Marvel universe and all the mutant world, there is this thing called a variant. A variant is you have kind of the main story of the characters that they are doing things, and then some randomly in some randomly issues of different comics, you will see a different mutant, like let's say Wolverine, like we are drawing Wolverine, but he's wearing another suit, he looks different, he has another attitude, he is a little bit different in character, keeping the essentials, but kind of saying, this character is not belonging to the world that we already know him, and they call this thing variant, okay? So different storylines, different variants. And as well, when we go into the concept of multiverse, if you have been watching this new Spider-Man movie, that it's an animated movie with Miles Morales and everything, or Doctor Strange from the MCU Marvel Universe now, you see that they're introducing the concept of the multiverse, and this allows other characters from other stories, from other comics, that they are the same, other Wolverines, to be able to come together. And we see this especially in the Spider-Man movie, in the Spider-Man, I think it's Homecoming. I think it is the last Spider-Man movie. I think it's Homecoming, if I'm correct, with Tom Holland. We see different Peter Parkers, different Spider-Mans coming together to fight the same, the foes, the enemies, but they come from different universes. And so those three guys that we love, the three actors, Andrew Garfield and Tom Holland, and then you have as well, I totally forgot the name. Tobey Maguire. You have these three guys that we love. I grew up with Tobey Maguire as a Spider-Man, then we had Andrew Garfield, and now we have Tom Holland. And these three Spider-Mans represent three variants, okay? So this, for example, in Wolverine, so we have the same in all the characters, okay? So kind of like a little explanation for all of those that maybe are younger, they are not into, maybe you are here watching the channel because Japanese manga, because One Piece, or just because children's book illustration and illustration in general, and maybe you don't know about comics or American comics, and that's a particularity that you find in this Marvel universe, let's say, okay? So here Hugh Jackman in the story is representing more, for me, the concept of old Logan. There is a comic about old Logan when he's older and he's nearly deathbed, and he dresses more normal, nothing about fancy suit or superhero suit and things like this, okay? In different universes, he is sometimes more teamwork focused, but mostly he is a loner, a lone wolf, let's say. Okay, he is from the Canada area, and he, in the movies, for example, you see him a lot going into the woods, working, living in the woods, working as a lumberjack because he's very strong, and basically how he came to be. Wolverine is my favorite character, and my second character, I think it's Spider-Man, about mutants, okay? Because Logan Wolverine is not a character that has one specific power, like his colleague in the X-Men team, Cyclops. Cyclops has this kind of lasers that he shoots through the eyes. Then you have a Storm, that the Storm is able to control the weather and create these kind of massive storms and thunderstorms and everything. You have Jane as well, that she is the Phoenix, and she can control she's kind of a superior mutant, and she can control the other mutants and affect the environment as well. And he has this kind of redness around her, and he's absolutely deadly just being close to her. And there is like a love story between Cyclops and her, and Then you have as well some kind of things going on with Wolverine and Jane as well. Jane saves him at some point in the story, and yeah. So as I said, Wolverine wasn't always called Wolverine. He had this name from the team of the X-Men. They started calling him Wolverine and everything, but he was always known as Logan. And basically, he has multiple mutations, multiple powers, let's say, by nature. He's a very old character. He is not from this generation. He lived a couple of dozens of years, let's say, and basically he has a special skeleton, okay, that it allows him to grow this kind of bones that come out of his knuckles here, okay, 3 in each hand. He has animalistic characteristics like some behaviors like wild animals, like he's very aggressive, he's very rude, he's moving as well. In the comics he's represented very small. He's always around the size, I think it's 140, 150 is his size in the story, in the comics, and all the other characters are always towering on top of him because he's very small, but he's the most ferocious, let's say, and he fights like there's no tomorrow. One of the reasons as well for that is because he basically it's impossible to kill. He cannot die. He has this regeneration ability that you will cut him or you will throw a bullet and the wound will heal and the bullet will be speeded. So he has like a half brother, okay. When he's kid, he has a half brother, and this guy has some similar condition to him, but with his nails. He can do this thing with the bones, but with the nails, and he's called Sabertooth. There is a conflict at home that I'm not gonna explain. I'm not gonna spoil there, but you can watch the movies or you can read the comics as well, okay. But there is this conflict that the brothers separate at some point after many years fighting together because they have similar abilities, similar regeneration and everything. So something happened when they are kids. They escape home and they live through the eras fighting in many wars because they are basically warmongers. They want to fight. They want that's their way of life. They at some point they are mercenaries as well. It is very savage, let's say, very savage type of comic. You need to like this type of action, science fiction and fantasy, because there's a lot of fantasy in this as well, type of comic, okay, to like Wolverine. So let's do, I want to do, this arm is gonna be like this. He's jumping. Maybe he's not that aggressive if I do the hand like this. Maybe I want to open the hands more. Like he's jumping. There's video games, plenty of video games as well. I used to have one for, I think it was Xbox. I don't remember exactly what was the name of the video game right now because it's many years ago. And the special attack that he will have is that he will jump like basically like Wolverine is not a wolf, it's a Wolverine type of animal that is kind of like a Tasmanian, the type of the Tasmanian animal as well and everything, that it's like a little wolf, very vicious. So he will run a couple of jumps, 1, 2, and then the third or the fourth jump will be super long, and he will stab you with the claws with these knives here. As I was explaining, so I want to try to do something like he's jumping, like, you know, like this, like wow, yeah, something like this, something like this. It's looking nice, but I wanna, as I said, I wanna open a little bit more the arms like this. Yeah, that's it. What I was looking for is this. As you can see, I'm drawing more like Vista in One Piece. I have a video about Vista here, so I'm trying to be loose, cartoony, not thinking about it, trying to enjoy a lot the type of design that we are doing today, this cartoony design that we are doing today, even more cartoon than in the comics themselves, and yeah. So I hope you like it. Feel free to, drop all the knowledge that you have about Wolverine and X-Men and mutants on the comments and mutations in comics, and let's open discussion, let's open conversation. I love to talk about comics and about stories, and you know that I always engage in conversation as soon as I see the messages and everything. So yeah, let's do a little bit of floor here. So as I was saying, he's kind of made from different powers, and this one is in regeneration, I was saying, the bones that he has, this animalistic aspect that he has, this violence that he has, and at some point he is kind of captured by someone called Striker that has an organization within this universe of mutants, and everything in the military aspect to weaponize him, okay, to control him, and the brothers separate at some point. He gets captured, and he becomes something called Weapon X, and Weapon X is that they basically wipe his brain. They kind of do this kind of psychological storm of ideas that they pull in his brain to be able to control him, and basically in that experimentation that he's inside a tank all full of cables and everything and vials, he is injected with a substance that it is an imaginary substance, it doesn't exist in the real world, called adamantium. And adamantium is basically the stronger material, and the stronger material sticks to the bones, to the skeleton. So now he has a skeleton that is adamantium. So there is no way to break his, let's say, his attack or his power. So a lot of a story happens with the Striker, with the brother, with a group of mercenaries and everything. There is a variant of Deadpool in that story, in a specific movie, in this specific movie. Deadpool that happens to be son of a Striker, blah blah blah, is not the same Deadpool that we have Ryan Reynolds doing his own movies in his own universe and everything. Okay, just so you know. Similar type of powers, but different character, okay, basically. I think I kind of have my caricature. I fancy starting adding some line work. I'm looking for a 0.2 probably for today. I have here 0.2 Unipin. I was using for a couple of days the Micron 0.05, but I ate it all. I done a lot of drawings lately, and it's gone. The tip disappeared because I normally press a little bit too much. So, as I always say, when you're trying to draw with traditional techniques, fine liners like this, try to not press because it disappears. The pen ends up disappearing. Let's kind of do some Wolverine. I think I even gonna leave the eyes like, maybe like this, like in Frenzy, I think. He doesn't have wild animal teeth, if you know what I mean, but I just wanna represent a little bit more his ferociousness, like making him, like when I draw cartoon, like a beast like this, okay? Just so you know that as well. Very square face as well. You don't see, you almost don't see the ears because they are covered by the beard. He has like this kind of beard like this. At the beginning in the movies, in the Hugh Jackman movies, he's represented more animalistic with the design, more brute, more wild, and I love that design more, like 100% more than the newest designs or the latest Hugh Jackman Wolverine designs made for the end of the movies. Okay, there is this suit that it's yellow. He's gonna be in this suit, yellow suit, for the Ryan Reynolds movie. Basically, that is the iconic suit that he has. This yellow and a little bit of blue with kind of a mask that simulates a triangle here, like simulates the ears of the Wolverine. Okay, and that's as well, it simulates his normal hair when he has no mask on. And basically, that is the iconic suit in all his movies before this one from the releasing this week, well, Deadpool and Wolverine, or Wolverine and Deadpool. He basically uses more normal person attire or the dark suit from the X-Men saga as well. The X-Men, all of them have different suits as well, but for the movies they decide to go for the black design as well, very nice. But you see him all the time when he decides, when Logan decides to, yeah, okay, I'm gonna stay with these guys, I'm gonna help these guys to fight Magneto and everything, I'm gonna help Xavier and everything. Because they kind of try to recruit him a couple of times and he say, get out of here or I'll kill you. So he's very ruthless and very his own master, let's say. So basically, Hugh Jackman, after 17 years of playing Wolverine, he said, okay, I'm done, I'm very tired of this, I don't wanna squeeze too much, I just wanna leave it here that everything is nice, and he left. And there was a rumor online that it happened to be true. I don't know, because his friend, that both of these actors are friends. I don't know because his friend convinced him or because the concept of the yellow suit. Because there was this rumor saying, if the only way that I'm gonna be coming back to do a Wolverine movie is if I'm gonna be wearing the yellow suit. And there you have it. Now we have movie. We have movie. He's wearing an adaptation of the suit. Okay, but there we have. I love the yellow suit, and I can't wait to see. I can't wait to see what they've done in the movie. I haven't watched it yet, so we'll go to the cinema probably soon. Or yeah, don't want to wait until it comes out on TV or something, or I wanna probably this one go to cinema. Not sure if they will stream it online either, but this is one of those movies that it can be very, very cool. He's a hairy man in theory, okay, in the story as well, Hugh Jackman as well, but he's made especially hairy with the beard, the hair, the arms and everything, even here at the top of the arms and everything. Like this. And as I said before, as I was explaining about his powers before, basically, let's move him a little bit more to the middle, yeah. So basically, he has these multiple powers that all of them make Wolverine, okay? And with these adamantium claws, they are very long and retractile, so the claws are hidden in the arm, and then when he wants, he can take them out. The three of them, only one, only two. He only has three in each hand, but if he only wants to take out one, he can take out one only, okay? And this is obviously extremely painful every time. He shouts every time, because the animalistic aspect of the character and because it is hurtful, okay? He didn't want this. he never wanted this the adamantium thing. There is a variant as well. There is the concept of Logan in the movie and everything. There's like a Japanese reference and Japanese world story about this as well, that he is recaptured again at some point in the story, and the adamantium is taken away from him. They create his weapon X, but there are other weapons created by this team and other people injected with adamantium, and he fights these people as well. Very interesting. If you watch the movies, you will understand what I mean. As I said, I don't wanna spoil the movies because this is very nice. 1, 2, 3. Like this. There are other characters injected with adamantium and everything. At some point he's captured, and he never thought this would happen, this would be real, because he's basically in a state of post-traumatic stress disorder the whole time, because all the wars that he has lived, because all the lives that he has lived. He's very old, he's super old. And old Logan, at the end of his story, at the end of his life and everything, he is, just let's say, traumatized for all the people that he have killed and everything as well. And you see this kind of him wanting to retire and not wanting to fight. And there is a comic that I actually have here at home that is called Wolverine, Old Man Logan, and he goes with Hawkeye. There is Hulk descendants involved in this story as well, and he doesn't want to fight anymore. He just wants to, avoid fighting and have a normal life, but he can't, and die, but he's a born fighter, and I'm gonna make him with this boots. I always like to do my characters with this kind of shoes. He's wearing jeans. Nice jeans there and everything. That's a belt. As you can see, today I'm being very, very easy. I'm gonna make it like it's a rocket that is jumping like a rocket, with kind of dust coming like this and everything. Do this as well. Yeah, so he basically dies in this comic, in the Logan comic, and he's eliminated. There's a movie about this as well and everything. Very nice, very interesting. And I don't know why I picked him ages ago. When I was a kid, I decided, when I don't like football, never like football, but it's like when you decide for a football team, or what football team I'm gonna be. This for me was kind of the same. I decided to pick my character, and I had an internal fight to see what character I'm gonna pick. I'm gonna pick Wolverine. I always loved Wolverine. I'm gonna pick a Spider-Man, and I always loved the Spider-Man a lot. But I said, if I have to decide, because the powers and the type of character that he is and everything, I went for Wolverine. So I want to add not a lot of color. I don't want to add a lot of color, okay? But I just want to a tiny bit of brown here to represent the skin, okay? And as I said, today I'm just doing a video chatting about Wolverine, about the things I like about Wolverine, about what things I watched or I read about him, and kind of introducing people who doesn't know about this character or never heard of it yet, or is just, this is the first time hearing about him because he's releasing a movie now. And obviously Hugh Jackman it's an old guy now. He is like, he's almost like 60 or around 60 he's gotta be for sure. And there are probably many young people out there that is going to the cinema to watch it because it's a superhero movie, because they are used to watch now Thor and Shang-Chi. That I'm watching Shang-Chi at the moment and rewatching it, and you are used to watch the Marvel Cinematic Universe, that is the ones that you have in Disney Plus. and maybe someone like this guy you don't know, and yeah, so it's always interesting to meet new superheroes. I recommend you, if you have Disney Plus at home, that you check. There are different timelines. You have the Infinity Saga, and then you have the Multiverse Saga, and there's the X-Men Saga with Cyclops, Storm, Charles Xavier, that it's kind of a mentalist person. It controls the mind. Magneto as well. If you play Fortnite, if you like Fortnite game, sometimes they put these Marvel characters as well, and one of the iconic ones that they even have as an NPC was a bottable that you can buy in the shop. Skin, the character is Wolverine as well. Very nice, with the claws and everything that you can use in game. Very nice. And yeah, let's do it a bit like this. We will need a little bit of red, okay, to add to the tongue there and the mouth. It's kind of a beast. I made him like a beast. And I fancy, where is my trying to find, I didn't actually put all the colors, lay all the colors, but I'll do now like this. Yeah, because I have them all together in this one I show you in the previous video as well. I have all my colors here. Just trying to find the Faber-Castell, the black Faber-Castell, the polychromo, this one I'm using lately to create all these, yeah, all these lines. Okay. Apparently I read something about, you know, there is this movie, 2000 was X-Men, the first one, and then 2002 we had the other movie was the Spider-Man, the first Spider-Man with Tobey Maguire. Incredible movie, I love it, with the Green Goblin. In that movie, apparently he was gonna go, he was already in setting everything, but something happened. This is just, you know, stories. Something happened that the team on the day, they couldn't get hold of the suit that he used in the other movie, in the X-Men movie, because this was in theory connected in the same universe, as I said before, same variant. They weren't able to kind of borrow the suit or something like that, and they end up not recording his scene, and they just they just sent him home, and that's it. At that point, he wasn't big or anything yet. It was just only one movie out of Wolverine, and I'm sure if this happens nowadays, or you know, yeah, let's say 10 years later, in 2010, for example, they make sure, because he became so big, the movies became so big and everything, that they make sure that that they managed to find a suit and everything for him. Poor guy there. I love him. I love his movies, not only Wolverine and X-Men movies, but other movies of him as well. I loved him, especially in The Greatest Showman, when he's singing and everything. Man, this guy can sing. This guy is cool. This is looking very nice, very sweet, very cartoony, like we wanted to do. And now I think I will add a little bit of tone from the Lira Aqua Brush Duo. I have this one, Lira Aqua Brush Duo, that I have here. I always use as well for the Inktobers. Maybe the other one is a little bit darker. This second tone, have like 5-6 there. I always try to use these ones because they combine very nice the tones. He's darkened. I wanted to make him darkened like this, like a beast. Like a beast. There is another character from another mutant from the X-Men team that you will see in the movies if you watch the movies. Is called is Nightcrawler, and this guy is blue, and he can dash. It becomes air, but in blue it disappears, and it appears in another room. It appears, it's fighting like this, like fighting here. Very nice, very interesting. I love it. I think that guy, Nightcrawler, Wolverine, Spider-Man. I love as well Gambit. I love Gambit. Gambit is like a young guy has like kind of a holder here on the face, okay, and he's wearing like a long trench coat, and he basically throws cards, and kind of it's imbuing these cards with his power, like kind of an electric. It's not electricity, but it's kind of like a red electricity power, and he throws it like daggers that he kills with that. Okay, and there is an encounter in, I think it's in the first movie of Logan with Gambit, and just for a very 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 short period of time, and I think he's the guy who plays in the League of the Extraordinary Men. I think he's the guy who plays the young guy playing there. I don't remember his name now. And I would love to see. There is a lot of talk about Channing Tatum also always, because I think he done as well like a small cameo or something like that in about Gambit. And yeah, there is this joke that he goes to different places, different interviews about other movies and everything, and they give him cards and things like this, like, oh, we want to see you as this character, and that's very funny. As you can see, I love superheroes, I love Marvel, and I love mutants. There is a impossible amount of mutants in the Marvel universe, and well, we have as well the DC universe that you know, we have these guys, yeah, Superman, etc. Superman, Aquaman, Wonder Woman, Batman, Catwoman, Green Lantern. All of these guys are DC. But I grew up with Marvel more, and I always liked Marvel more. I love as well the characters from DC, but you know, you have to pick. You have to pick at some point, and yeah. So this is looking very nice. I think I'm just gonna make some extra details. These crazy teeth that I made there, like he's a shark or a wolf or something. So cool. This perfectly combed hair, like an animal. So as I was saying, in this X-Men universe, in this Marvel universe, there is a crazy amount of mutants with a different type of mutations, okay, and even some of them, you see how they make them, how they experiment in them and they make them. Some others are born with them, and the problematic, the issue here is that there is this group that is the X-Men, that they are kind of good guys, and they are heroes fighting for the good, and fighting for the mutants, because the mutants are like pariah. No one wants them. They think they are a danger, and even having the X-Men helping everyone, there is a lot of radicalization, a lot of manifestations, and everything, like protests, and they don't want them. And this whole story is about that. You see as well in the movies, this represented through one of the politicians is very vocal and very radical about mutants. No, and man, he ends up having a kid with wings. That it's Angel. Later he will become Angel. He's called like that because he has wide wings. Super strong guy as well from the X-Men. And you see all the contrast in opinions. And man, I recommend to you, if you like to read, go for it and start buying comics or checking comics online. And there are pages as well online that you can buy your kind of yeah, you log in. There's pages that you can log in and register and read the mangas, and I read the comics and everything. And but you can buy it. You can go to any of your local comic stores, and most probably, or any of the malls or big shop centers, they will definitely have a lot of material in Avengers, Wolverine, Spider-Man, Fantastic Four, Hulk. First time that Wolverine appeared was in Incredible Hulk 108, I think it was, issue 108. And these are very thin comics, okay? And maybe I think it's 16-20 pages more or less, each of these comics. Very small, very thin, like a little bit smaller than A4 format. And basically you can collect them, okay? You can buy them. They are not that expensive, but for me, I don't collect those. I collect manga because for me, the American way of doing things with all the variants, I find it very difficult for me to keep track with everything and to be able to see how many characters or how many variants they have and everything. And yeah, it's kind of a lot. Like you have from a Spider-Man, for example, there are infinite comics that you say, oh my god, I don't have this, or I don't have this variant, or I don't have this Scarlet thingy, I don't have the crazy. But yeah, if you are into it and you like the mutants and the thingy, I totally recommend you get some comics from the comic store and start reading them. Or easiest way, if you have your Disney subscription as well, just start by watching the movies, and if you like it, then you can start buying the comics and everything. Because obviously the comics, they don't explain everything. They just pick one character, they explain a specific point in the life of a character, and that's it. But yeah. So I think for today, this is my Mutation, Inktober52 Mutation video. I made a animalistic Logan, because he's not wearing the suit, so he's not Wolverine yet here. Animalistic Logan in fight with the typical hair, with the typical beard that he has, jumping, hairy, small, and revious, and I love it. I'm saying to you, I enjoy a lot this video today because it's something different, it's something very loose, very quick, and I enjoy as well the topic of talking about mutants and Marvel and superheroes, the ones that I like, or my top 2 or 3, Wolverine, Spider-Man, and Nightcrawler, I'll say, or Gambit as well. And yeah, this is all for today. This is DavidViadel23, DavidViadel23, you can say it as you want, and this is the Mandragon's Cave. I hope you enjoyed the video, I hope you like it. Feel free to like, subscribe, comment, share with your friends, with your nakamas, with your colleagues, with your family, and subscribe, and you can see more content that I'm putting in the channel. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Thank you very much. Bye.